Good morning. It is 10 a.m. on Friday, March 1st. Is that right? Gotta be, I think. I think I've been asking that question every time. Uh, I just got up, and my name is Christiana Ellis. This is 5 more minutes. Slept in last night. My hair is doing a thing. Um, Slept in last night because I was up late, and also the night finished with me staying in a hot tub too long. So I think I got pretty dehydrated. I'm feeling it a little this morning still. But overall, it was a pretty good night yesterday. During the day was mostly fine, but because I was planning to run my D&D one-shot in the evening, you know, I had been working pretty hard on it. I put a lot of time into it, and then I was just, frantically doing all the last-minute things, and also, you can always do more prep with D&D, it turns out. And I know that too. And, so frequently over preparation is definitely a thing. But when you have a session that you're maybe a little bit nervous about, it's easy to just do a lot. And so I ended up doing a bunch of that and then feeling a little bit nervous about it. But it turned out great. We had a party of 5. We're all level 3. And I based the whole scenario on the movie Clue. And I didn't tell everybody that that's what we were doing. I wanted to kind of wait and see who would pick up on it and when. And so everyone, I told them to create their character, and that their character should have a deep, dark secret, something that they're desperate to keep concealed. And then once they had created their character, I told them, you, for the last few months, have been being blackmailed for this secret, and you don't know who's doing it. And then, the night of the session, I delivered to each of them a handwritten letter that said, I'm not going to be able to do the words exactly, but it will be to your advantage to be present on the night of blank blank at this place, as a Mr. Corpus will bring to an end a painful and confidential financial liability, and and you will be known by a pseudonym. And I gave them like Mr. White and Mr. Blue and Mrs. Gray, and and so one person got it just from recognizing the letter. But then, as the players arrived at this mansion where we're going to do it, they were greeted by a butler named Curry, and then shown to the library where a French-style maid was pouring brandy, and sure enough. And so it went pretty well, especially given that, Clue as a movie, like a lot of the plot really depends on the characters doing exactly what's expected. And so I knew that it was going to be a challenge to do that as D&D, but it went pretty well. And I think it especially helped when the people who got it started leaning in to what they knew it should be, and I think it was great. Instead of Mr. Body being just a guy, it was Mr. Corpus, and he was a beholder. And then instead of it turning out, he wasn't actually dead before, now he's a beholder zombie. And so we got to sort of finish out the evening with a big conflict where they fought the beholder zombie, but also that was where things kind of came to a head and got some of them starting to fight each other. And I did this whole thing where when they would meet various individuals, I'd give them each little private clues. And this kind of goes along with in Clue, where, it's like, they show them all into the library, but Miss White recognizes Yvette. And, Mrs. Peacock recognizes the dish they had at dinner, and so on. And so having those little clues, but then some of the clues, so that it wouldn't be too obvious, for every one of those characters, I gave everyone some kind of clue. And then some of them were just red herrings. Some of them were, this person. And then some of them were, you notice that Mr. White seems to recognize the cook. And that led to some fantastic stuff. And it was a great time, and everyone had fun. So mission accomplished, right? And then I went and sat in the hot tub and got dehydrated until I got out because I was dizzy. And yep, that stuff happened too. And so anyway, I needed to sleep in a little bit, but now I'm up. I'm gonna do another. Got another couple days of riding here on the retreat, and I feel like a little bit like because I'd been working hard on that D&D prep, that there was a little part of me that wasn't fully relaxed before. I think I can maybe relax a little bit more for the rest of the week. Still working though. Right. Anyway, I will leave it there and I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.